In this video, I'm going to show you and tell you why I chose the 2022 Commander 700 DPS. There was a couple machines I was interested in. It was a 2022 Commander 700 DPS, the teryx, Kawasaki teryx 2 or 4 seater, and then also the Yamaha 850 X2 and X4. There wasn't a lot of information out on the 700 Commander. I found what I could. I knew that it was the same machine as the 1000, which is a very good machine. They redid the Commander in 2021. I'm really impressed with that machine. They offer it in the DPS and also the XT models. The same with the new 700. So I liked everything about the 1000. I didn't know that I needed a 1000. Also, I didn't know if I wanted to pay for the 1000. The DPS model, I believe the MSRP was $13,500, around that range. Now that doesn't mean you can walk into a dealer, give them $13,500 and leave with the machine. MSRP is inflated, shipping, freight, setup is all inflated right now. So it's really actually dealer to dealer. So that's something you'll have to deal with. One thing I like about the 700 DPS is that it's the same size, the same suspension as the 1000. So the seats, everything, plenty of room in there. Really nice, same size dump bed. So really there's nothing to compare it to in this class. The teryx, I believe it's an 800. It's not a smaller KRX. The X2, X4 Wolverine, it's not an R-Max with a smaller engine. So that's where I was at. If I had to have a 4-seater, I probably would have went with the Wolverine. Not quite as fast as the 700, but I haven't been in a drag race with one, but they're an 850, and I know the top speed isn't the same. Very good machines. I've heard nothing but good things about the X2, X4. So if I wanted to go with something in a 4-seater, I probably would have chose the Wolverine X4. Why not the teryx 4? Cab noise. Heard they're very loud, just based on the mid-engine design, and cab heat. I've heard you can't have a conversation in one. Are they reliable? I'm guessing they're pretty reliable because most of the places that rent side-by-sides, 2 and 4 seat, they're renting out the teryx. They are cheaper than a lot of the other 4-seaters. The reason I didn't go, if I needed a 4-seater, I wasn't going to go with the Commander. Price and the size of the machine. It's a full dump bed and a 4-seater. Just a big machine. I didn't have the room to store it. And it's mainly just 2 of us. So I could have got the 4-seater, paid extra, and then always looking behind me if I'm going to clip a tree with the back end. How much am I going to use the dump bed in my Commander? I might dump some wood, some rock occasionally, but I like to be able to put the dog cage back there. So with the 4-seater like the Wolverine, could I slide the seats forward, put the dog cage back there? Can't really see them very well because of the seats. So that's kind of the reasons I chose the Commander. I'm very happy with it. I've had it 2 weeks. I put a roof on it. I put the blinker and horn kit on it. I put a winch on it. The bumper's coming today. I'm super excited about that because I did not like the front end on my Commander opposed to what the XT looks like. Big beefy bumper with a winch. I think it's just, if you look at the front of the stock Commander DPS, it's just begging to put something in that hole where the winch is and a front bumper. Changes the whole look of the machine. I almost, before I purchased the winch, I was just going to put the Fairlead on there just so I didn't have that big hole in the front of it. The reason I didn't buy an XT, I like putting add-ons on the machine myself, and they didn't have one, and I'm impatient, and I wanted one. I liked it. I traded in a Honda Pioneer that I didn't like so much that I added on a bunch of stuff, and the only way I could make the finances work was get the DPS and go from there. You know, sometimes if you're not happy with something, you just got to make the choice. You know, is it worth it to me to take a beating on a trade-in, lose some money on all the add-ons I did? But, you know, I worked with a dealer. I told him my situation. I went back to the same place I bought it. You know, I actually messaged the owner just to see what he could do, because the salesman, the sales manager just couldn't do much for me. You know, we bought a lot of things from this dealership, and he worked with me enough to make me comfortable. No reason to have a machine you're not happy with. I thought I just needed a little utility machine to buzz around, you know, ride around town a little bit. I learned that, you know what? Going to places like Hatfield, McCoy, and being comfortable is worth it to me. The power steering on the DPS, that's a seller right there for me. Do I need anything more than the 700? I don't think so. I think if I was going to go with much bigger tires, I did find some XT takeoffs that I put on it, inch bigger. Looks a lot better. If I wanted to do more mudding and going to go with 30 or bigger tires, I'd have to go with the 1,000. I think it's going to rob your power quite a bit, putting big tires on it. I think you're going to be in low range more than you would like. Be limited on speed. You'd be shifting from high, low to a lot if you're going through trails to where you got to hit a mud hole. Just turning those 30s and 32s, I think it'd put a strain on the drivetrain and slow you down. That's just my opinion. Just pulling into my shed the other day, it flashed on the screen to put it in low range. I got to go up a little bump just to get in the shed, so it doesn't harm the drivetrain. It'll actually flash on the screen to put it in low range when it's under a load. Love that feature. It's great. I didn't even know it had it. I'm glad it does. It helped me out already. So if you're looking, find what you want. I recommend, you know, you get a stock machine. If you think you're not going to need a windshield, you're going to need one. If you can't buy one outright, get it wrapped into the deal some way or another. Don't spend $15,000, $20,000 on something and be uncomfortable driving it to the gas station, driving it to the grocery store. Spend the money or wait until you can afford it, because you're going to get a machine, especially if you get a 4-seater and you got a passenger, a spouse, and a couple kids in the back. You don't want them saying it's hot back here, it's too loud, I can't, you know, we can't even have a conversation, it's too windy, it's too dusty. You spend $20,000 on something and you end up driving around by yourself, unhappy, wishing you had this or that. I made the mistake, learned from my mistakes. It cost me several $1,000s. I took the hit, and now I got what I wanted, and I'm almost finished with my project, and I couldn't be happier with the machine. It's everything I wanted it to be, and I've learned it's even a little more than I wanted it to be. I enjoy cleaning my machine and doing add-ons and working on it and looking at it and watching videos about it and learning about it and sharing about it just as much as I do driving the thing. I hope this helps with your decision. There's a Commander 700 Facebook group that I started. Not too many members, just starting. I'd like to build a fan base on there. That way we can talk about our add-ons, help others make a decision on a purchase or work on the machine. Winch install went super smooth for me. The blinker kit, super smooth for me. I'm learning more about the machine each day, and I hope I can help educate others on their machine. Machines are very similar to the Maverick Trail and Sport, and also the Commander 1000. As far as accessories and add-ons, exactly the same. Thanks for tuning in. Please like this video, and I hope to see you back soon. Thanks.